You replay the conversation. You analyze every word you said. You wonder if they misunderstood or if you said too much or not enough, and then you do it again the next day. And the day after that, it becomes a loop, quiet, persistent, exhausting. That's the hidden nature of overthinking. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't look dramatic. It looks like caution, like responsibility, like you're just trying to get it right. But what it really does, slowly, invisibly, is chip away at the one thing you need to move forward: confidence. Because overthinking doesn't just make you hesitate, it teaches you to distrust yourself. And when that becomes a habit, you don't even notice how often you second-guess your own instincts, how often you look outside yourself for permission, how much of your energy goes into managing outcomes that haven't even happened yet. If you've ever caught yourself stuck in your own head, replaying, rehearsing, reviewing, this message is for you. And if you've felt like your confidence is fading, but you can't quite figure out why, it's time to look at the thoughts behind the silence. Before we go further, if this resonates, consider subscribing. We're building a quiet, thoughtful space for people who are done overthinking their healing and ready to rebuild their confidence one honest step at a time. Now let's begin with this truth. Overthinking is not clarity. It's fear disguised as logic. It tricks you into thinking you're preparing. But what you're really doing is avoiding action, and action is where confidence is built. You cannot think your way into full self-trust. You earn it through movement, through mistakes, through small acts of courage repeated until they feel like self-belief. Psychologist Dr. Susan Nolan-Hoeksema studied overthinking for decades. She found that people who ruminate, especially those who analyze their thoughts without end, are more likely to experience anxiety, depression, and self-doubt. She wrote, "The more people ruminate, the less they're able to engage in real problem solving. Their confidence drops and they become emotionally stuck. And that's the damage. Not that you're thinking too much, but that your thoughts are turning against you. Instead of being your guide, they become your obstacle. Every choice starts to feel risky. Every decision becomes a battleground between instinct and analysis. And that doesn't just drain your mind, it drains your belief in yourself. Confidence at its core is the ability to act without constant internal permission. It's not about knowing the outcome. It's about trusting that whatever happens, you'll be okay. But overthinking replaces that with questions like, what if they laugh? What if I fail? What if I disappoint someone? What if I disappoint myself? And here's the trap. The more you think, the more uncertain you feel. The more uncertain you feel, the more you overthink. And that loop quietly erodes the muscle of confidence you used to rely on. It's a slow fade. You go from speaking up to staying silent, from taking initiative to waiting for the right time, from trusting your gut to needing someone else to tell you you're enough. And the worst part, you don't even notice it happening. Because on the surface, you're still functioning. But deep down, your sense of certainty is slipping away. So how do we stop it? How do we begin to break the cycle and rebuild the part of us that believes again? Start here. Interrupt the spiral with presence. When you notice the loop starting, pause. Don't fight it. Just name it. Say to yourself, this is overthinking. This is not truth. This is not the full picture. Naming it separates you from it. It puts space between you and the story your fear is telling. Then gently shift. Ask, what do I know for sure right now? Not what might happen, not what they might think, but what you know. Confidence isn't born in answers, it's born in motion, even imperfect motion. Philosopher Alain de Botton said, confidence is not the belief you'll always get it right, but the willingness to try anyway. That willingness is what overthinking steals, and it's what you must reclaim. Every time you take action before your brain has given you every possible outcome, you rebuild trust. Every time you speak without rehearsing 10 times, you practice freedom. Every time you allow yourself to be seen without editing every word, you grow stronger. And no, it won't feel natural at first. It will feel awkward, scary, maybe even reckless. But confidence isn't comfort. It's the result of doing the hard thing repeatedly until your brain learns that it's safe. Another thing, stop outsourcing your decisions. Ask for advice, yes. Learn from others, yes. But don't hand your power to every voice but your own. Because here's what's true. You know more than you think. You're more capable than you feel. And your inner voice, though quiet, is not confused. It's just been buried under noise. So today, do something simple that scares you. Send the message. Apply for the thing. Say how you really feel. Make the decision. Not because you're sure it will go well, but because you're ready to stop living in the waiting room of what if. Confidence will meet you on the other side of action. And the more you act, the quieter the overthinking becomes. Not because the thoughts disappear, but because you no longer let them decide who you are. If this helped you take even one step out of your head and back into your life, don't leave quietly. Subscribe and join a space where healing happens through truth, not perfection. Thank you for watching.